Good morning, Tubertunians and Uberubians. YouTube, good morning. This is the old guy. Short talk in the trailer. I was sitting here working on a piece of watermelon, trying to get this thing eaten up before it goes bad. Watermelon's pretty good stuff, but in another 6 weeks or so, or 5 weeks, I probably won't be able to find one anywhere at the grocery. So you gotta kind of eat it when it shows up. The one I really wish would show up somehow, maybe through greenhouse growing, apricots. I love apricots, and yet there's like a little window when they came in, and they were here about 3 to 4 weeks ago. I saw them, and for weeks prior to that, but I'm not going to see an apricot again until probably next year, and they sure are good. But anyhow, having a little breakfast today. By the way, I went down to Whataburger the other day, and the young lady said, "Well, would you like to buy a brownie?" I was ordering a burger. Why would you order a brownie with a burger? I don't know. So I said, "Are they any good?" Well, she said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'll try." And I tried to eat that thing this morning. Ugh. It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like super sweet. I couldn't. It's like way too much sugar in that thing. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little shout out here to a couple of new folks who left comments the other day, and so I mean, this is kind of some kind of record breaker for me for a week to have actually 3 comments in 1 week. Wow, actually more than 3 from Cindy. Uh, let's see here, Chiaka's World, a vlog. I guess VLOG should mean something to me, but I don't know what that means. Anyway, Chiaka's World is kind of interesting, and take a look at it. I guess they're all set in Japan and kind of doing a little tour around. There's no words, it's just music. And but there are words printed at the bottom like subtitles. And I watched several of the vids, and I thought, I'll subscribe to that. And another one, Wild Matters. Hello, Wild Matters, if you're out there. And Wild Matters has some, there looks like some pretty high quality vid there to me, and it's about various animal species, and I have a feeling that there might be a leaning there toward animals that are perhaps dangerous to humans, especially if provoked, and things like that. But I haven't yet had a chance to sit down and watch the vids because I'm running late for work already in terms of trying to get breakfast down my neck and all that stuff. Got to get something in me today. Boy, I came home yesterday and I was just whacked. I sat down and had a quart of beer after work, and I ate a little bit, had some chicken that was in the fridge somewhere, and here's a stick of crackers, saltine crackers. Boom, there's dinner. Anyway, gosh, it was like, wasn't even 8 o'clock, and I went, I gotta lay down. And a night like that, I think I slept close to 9 hours last night, which is, I like doing that once or twice a week if I can, because ever since I was a little kid, just try to go to sleep. And here's how I go to sleep, okay, anytime now, anytime. And I've heard that GIs, American GIs, well, probably GIs from any army, can actually sleep on their feet. They can sleep anywhere. Give the person 7 minutes, and they're solid asleep. And in a battlefield situation, that would be a real handy ability to have. But I've never learned actually how to just put myself to sleep. I don't know how to do it. My mind just rambles, and I'm all over the map, and I'm thinking about the past, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what did I do with those car keys? And well, wait a minute, you said what? No, I can't be there then. I'm going to be in. So at any rate, just this internal chatter, just boom, boom. It won't quiet down when I want it to. And so I think possibly, part of it is too much video time, too much screen time. It actuates some part of your brain. And anyway, it was nice to have 9 hours because, boy, that dirt out there, ugh. It's got that clay in it. And basically what happens is once the clay dries out, which is where Nemo's digging, I mean, that stuff just breaks out. It just pings out. There's no way you can shovel it out until you break it first. And the stuff I was working on, oh my gosh, I think I did 8 foot of trench or 10 foot of trench tops in all day, that deep. And it's just I'm having to be, now I found not only one gas line, there's a second gas line down there, and I'm on top of the old sewer. So here's a gas line, here's a gas line, there's a sewer. Here's my new sewer right above it, in between the gas lines. And don't go to the other side because there's a water line you're going to hit. And it's like, oh my gosh, how much junk is in here? And I'm glad I haven't run across any electrical yet, just to make things interesting. And we're going to keep rolling with it, try to get some plastic in the ground here a little bit. Maybe if I can get one of the units hooked up, we can make a little room, and we'll see how that goes. But boy, that's some slow poking digging. In some jobs you go into it, slap, bang, done, out. Some you have to fight for every inch of it, and this is one of those. And I've had enough experience over the years that this kind of work used to really just frustrate the heck out of me, because I wanted to move fast. Good luck on that. And then it's just one thing after another, and of course the more you push, the harder you try to keep up with the imaginary schedule of this shouldn't be taking this long. Something's going to blow up. You're going to hit a gas main. You're going to fall over in the trench and, break your wrist or what, some crazy thing. So you got to be careful, but I guess I shouldn't eat with my mouth full. So at any rate, I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. That would be rude, wouldn't it? And so anyway, I'm just going to try to get going, get my socks on, get my shoes on, get out the door, boom, boom. And I might do a little video later on out there at the site. And we'll see, I can devote a couple of minutes to that easy. And maybe at lunchtime or something like that, give you an eyeball of what's going on out there, if you care. It's just a little sewer job, but it's the kind of work I do. If people ask, well, what do you do for a living? It's like, people don't believe me when I tell them, basically, I move dirt. Every bit of that dirt, almost in that little alleyway thing I'm in, has to be exported out with a wheelbarrow. I've carried out like 9 wheelbarrows full of dirt so far, and I'm about 2/3 of the way there, maybe, because there's nowhere to put the dirt. You can't stack it, and so it's just it's a slow process. And the experience you have when you learn things like this is that you learn that there's really no, when you watch a DIY video, as an example, how to change out a sewer system in 3 easy steps, everything works like magic. Click, click, click on the video. But in reality, wait a minute, what happened? Hold it, how did we get here? What do you mean you don't have the parts? That kind of stuff. And so the real world compared to the DIY world on vids is sometimes you're just scratching your head thinking, how are we going to make this go? And there's only one way. It's got to go right through there, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm trying to aim, and then today I got to find out, do I even have slope? Because the sewer pipe below me is going to be my control for depth. And oh gosh, sometimes things get a little zany. And I'm just hoping like heck that I can get that thing all cleaned up and cleared out, so that maybe for sure, if we can get that darn ditch dug, then we could push some plastic in the ground. That's my world. That's the sort of stuff I deal with, and other people have their old jobs, and maybe they're dealing with their wife or their husband, their kids. Everybody's got a lot of stuff going on. They're trying to pay attention, trying to do a good job, trying to be there, for others or whatever. And yet behind all of that, or kind of over or above all of that, we might say, is Messiah Jesus. And at the heart of his kingdom, he's the king. He's the governor. He's the authority himself. And he's good. And as he speaks righteous judgments, he speaks righteous decisions. That's an entirely different thing. Right now, some of our ethically challenged leaders here on the mainland, you know what they're doing now? I was watching a vid. Oh, this is so stupid. They're trying to get rid of the homeless. We've got a lot of homeless around here. We've got to get rid of them. Well, it's like, whatever you do, don't train them to go to work. Whatever you do, don't train them to pay bills or be responsible or anything like that. No, we'll just buy them an airplane ticket, and they're sending them to Hawaii. Hawaii is turning out to be this little dumping ground. And in fact, here in Las Cruces, that happened to us about 2 years ago. Cities in California were buying one-way bus tickets for their homeless people to send them down here. And that's how woke politics works. Shove the problem off onto someone else, postpone it, someone will figure it out, we hope, but we're not going to deal with it. And so this wokeism, it's like a cancer. It's just a bad idea. It's crap. It's crap ass theory, political, and really what it is just sort of watered down Marxism mixed in with a little bit of neo-fascism to make it interesting. And yeah, we're in for an interesting ride here, folks, because there's all of the good things, the things that were strong and true or even moderately intelligent about the old American system, all that's being swept away and being replaced with this insane ideology. And it's at the heart of it. It's got a hate affair with the Maker. It's got a hate affair with His Word. It's got a hate affair with the church. And that means it's got a hate affair with you. And so Christians are going to be known as the haters, the neo-terrorists, the bad guys. You know, those people who raise families and bless their children every day and pay their bills and are on time and obey traffic signs and laws and stuff. Yeah, those are the bad guys. And he said, when you're hated for my sake, kick up your heels, rejoice. It's a good day. And I haven't experienced any hate, really, especially as a Christian, but I can sense the environment's grown that way, and you don't want to be a part of that. Be a part of the environment which says, hey, the world is the Lord's. It belongs to Him in that He made it and causes it to continue to exist and invented life and put all kinds of marvelous life on it. Don't be the enemy of God, and be the friend of the poor. See how that works? Have a good day, and get yourself some watermelon if you can find it before it goes away. And by the way, stay away from the brownies at Whataburger. Ugh.